Good morning. Today I am bringing you the herb of Saturn, which is cannabis of all things, and it is card number 31. And you think about it, it's kind of a card that we've had a lot of, if you will, teamwork where some people say it's good for you, others say absolutely not. And if it's a pharmaceutical company, definitely not, because there's no money to be made in it for the wealthy. Okay, but what is cannabis? It's detachment. It's cannabis sativa, upright. The card means detachment, deep contemplation, freedom from pain of body, and inner calm and immunity. Reversed, it creates numbness and disassociation, self neglect, chronic pain, not seeing a way out of your own issues, feeling trapped and unsettled. And so I want to say this. This is cannabis is an herb that I, as an astrologer, would not recommend to just anybody. And in fact, I would think it's way overused medically, and I have some real issues with that. But I'm not against cannabis as a medication, and in fact, I very much support it done correctly. And for those who need it as a medicine, it being altered to be the medicine that it is would be very helpful to everyone within our collective. And we need natural plant medicine by every stretch of the imagination, as our medical system as we know it is being really brought to its knees, as we discover that the jab being supported the way it was and by whom it was and how it's been supported has left us all questioning whether or not we can trust what we've been told. And myself personally, I have to say, sadly, I stopped trusting it a long time ago, because every time I'd go in, I'd have a physical medical issue, which would always result in them needing to take a body part. So everybody makes money and everybody goes away and feels good about what all happened but me. And that's something to be considering when we're talking about the area of medicine. What is it that they do and how is it that they do it? Well, this card here, the ruler is Saturn, Neptune, okay? So Saturn being the timekeeper, the disciplinarian, the highest house, that suppression of our medical care in a way. And then Neptune, the illusions and delusions. And yet this plant can create that in people, where they sit around and they do nothing. They lose focus. So this is not a plant for everyone. Okay, cannabis is one of the oldest known psychotropic herbs. First recorded cannabis in 8000 BC in an ancient village in Taiwan, where the indigenous groups used hemp fibers in their fabrics, pottery rope, and even their shoes, not relying on animal skins or even silk for clothing. In 4000 BC, Chinese village started using hemp and was considered to be one of the 5 grains of China, thus a major food crop. In the Chinese medicine journal from 2737 BC, hemp was recognized for its ability to treat over 100 medical issues, including gout and malaria and rheumatism. The medicinal uses for marijuana features heavily in the Hindu religious texts and the Vedas, for example, written between 2000 and 4000 BC. Cannabis was considered a sacrament of Shiva, described as a source of happiness, a joy giver, and a bringer of freedom that was compassionately given to humans by the gods to relieve them from the anxiety and help them achieve delight as well as fearlessness. Cannabis, many uses fall mostly under Saturn and Neptune's rulership, with a strong Piscean undertone, since it is muscular, skeletal, and relaxant, anti-inflammatory pain reliever. It is a great ally for those seeking to soften the rough edges of Saturn's impact. It is also mood enhancing, anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, psychotropic. Its properties belonging to the realms of Neptune and therefore Pisces. Saturn is said to be the lord of time and space, the lord of karma. Although often called the great malefic, Saturn is much more than what we experience in third dimension reality. The space-time continuum is a system that encompasses third dimensional reality as we know it, said to be ruled by Saturn. Yet the transcendence of the reality is freedom from Saturn, depicted by its polarity Neptune. When the angels of time and space are respected, Saturn, they bless us with freedom and ability to transcend Neptune, the cycles of pain body. If you feel restless, anxious, trapped in your own body, or have trouble sleeping, Cannabis is here to remind you to cultivate inner calm. Breathe deeply. Go for a walk in nature. Immerse yourself in meditation. Take naps. Creatively cultivate practices that soften the unsettled aspects of your being. Don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decompressing, as it often leads to self-neglect and disassociation. Tune deeply into the energies of this ancient ally and learn to transcend the cycles of self-induced pain. Now, I want to say cannabis is such an interesting plant in that we think of it's been illegal, it's legal, and in the state of Hawaii, it is a medical only legal, which of course I don't know why they would need to legalize it here for anything but just medical, because you could grow it here in your backyard and no one would ever know. I mean, there's no real reason to have dispensaries here, but we do not have recreational here. We only have medical, for which you have to have a card for, which you need a legitimate medical reason. So I can just say, as an astrologer and an herbologist, I can certainly see the benefits of having cannabis as one of our modalities for healing, for it's got so many various properties to help patients, especially patients who are in end of life circumstances and need it for nausea, for just maybe leaving and sleeping and resting and whatever. And so I very much support medical cannabis as a process of helping us move forward in our medical circumstances. And notice this volcano in this card, where it's kind of suggesting that the time for medical is here, because I think we're out of options in traditional, the way we've done allopathic medicine in every way. So it is time to start looking at more of a palliative approach to care. And with that, I do thank you so much for joining me here. Please do hit the like, share, and subscribe, and consider booking a reading with myself and my co-reader, where we are made a decision. We're going to co-read medical astrology charts together, because there's so many things that can be missed by one astrologer, and we just both feel that together we can make quite the team. So please do check us out on www.twiggy.com. And also, again, like, share, subscribe, and also on my YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, leave comments. Thank you so much for joining me here.